Kentucky Cash Days no prep racing today. Unfortunately, this video had way too much wind noise, so voiceover time. I actually wasn't planning on videoing at all today, and just enjoying the day with my son and doing some racing and watching racing. However, my buddy Mike Bandy with a beautiful red GTR pulled Brandon Mork and his very fast Mustang. So I figured I was going to video that just for the fun of it. So may as well do an intro vid and do some video of the event. I ended up not doing a whole lot, but it's still fun time. So stay tuned. Marcus is going to go up there later. All-wheel drive problems. Unfortunately, he broke the front drive shaft basically right after the hit, so that's why it didn't really go anywhere, so that sucks. But he's going to take the drive shaft off, maybe run true street rear-wheel drive, which obviously the car's not set up for that. But he also needs to get the drive shaft off so he can get it on the trailer because it's hanging down like this, so if he tries to back out, it'll catch. So that's that. But we're going to be up soon in hard time. Juice. I didn't skip the burnout mistake, but it spun on the hit, and then after that I would have been fine, and pulled a scramble for a second just for the fun of it, and it made up a little ground, but there's no way of catching them. So live and learn. I need to get this burnout thing figured out with this car, so I need to do some practicing at home, I suppose. But it had enough power to keep up with him once we were rolling. I just definitely got smoked in the first 60 feet. Oh well. Well, we made it back home and had a chance to look at the log and reflect on what I need to do next to make this thing work in hardtire. So, one, I need to do a burnout. So we're gonna have to do some testing with that, because at times it'll push the front end. When I let off the two-step, there's just no weight on the front with this. So I need to figure out some sort of testing and setup for it to do a good burnout, because the tires had dust and crap all over them, and so it didn't launch well. So that's number one. Number two, I'm still shifting with the toggle switches, and I can't get on the scramble button if I'm having to go up and shift. So I didn't hit the scramble button until third gear, and that's when it actually started to kind of keep up with them. So needed to be able to get on that sooner, since the track was able to hold it once I was moving. So that's number two. What I'm going to do is a Force 4 shift box, and then just have Fuel Tech shift it at wide open with a ground trigger. So the Force 4 shift box has a button up and down, which will be nice for cruising around and spirited driving, because you can leave it in you can manually control a gear shift with just a button instead of toggles. And but then Fuel Tech can trigger a ground trigger on the Force 4 shift box to shift at a certain RPM and whatever. So so that's what I'm thinking there. And then I did see, on the scramble, it did make 39 pounds of boost in third gear. So that was cool. Not a lot of timing. I wasn't planning on really, I didn't think about it, and I didn't have enough timing up in those cells. So need to play with that, because there was some power to be had. And, so that's that. I mean, the cool thing is the person that I raced, he won a big event, Turkey Bash last year in hardtire. So he was no slouch. And the fact that I was, car and a half or whatever it was from him with a botched launch, have something to work with there. So even though he smoked me, I feel somewhat good about that. We have something to work with. So yeah, so stay tuned. Not bad for a street car that I drove there on 18-inch wheels, and maybe we'll try to keep up and go a few rounds next time.